President Ronnie Hawkins. I guess that's General Hawkins. Yeah. Good morning, General. Thank you
Good
for
morning,
being here.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
members of the Finance Committee. I am President Hawkins, not General Hawkins. That's retired. I don't get that.
Okay, well, I
All
can
right.
still honor you. if you
All
want
right.
to.
But I'm pleased to represent Angelo State University before you this morning. And please allow me to also thank you for funding Angelo State for this biennium. And we turned the funding for the current as well as the previous bienniums into several success stories that I wish to share with you in just a moment. But ASU has had another record enrollment this past fall of 11,542 students, which is the number you see on the second slide. What is not shown is the number of 2023, which was 11,249. We continue to grow, and each one of those quad charts on slide 2 are there to highlight how the funding you have provided has had a direct and positive impact to our successful increase for the top 2 quadrants, whereas a successful decrease, if you will, for the others in the bottom. Of note, our agricultural students are number 1 in the state for time to degree at 3.7 years. ASU continues to provide a premier educational experience for our students with special emphasis on those in need of financial assistance. 89% of our students receive some type of financial aid and or scholarship. Our CARS scholarship provides $9 million in scholarships annually, and 45% of our students graduate debt-free, and that is a number we intend to increase. I would like to highlight the following areas for your consideration where we request your support. On slide 4 particularly, first, we are requesting funding to stand up an Artificial Intelligence Center of Excellence in much the same manner as we did our Cybersecurity Center of Excellence and Commercial Aviation programs. I reference these 2 programs because we have learned it takes a great deal of public and private partnerships between academia, government, and the private sector to promote a robust ecosystem of any type, but especially one of AI education, training, workforce development, and operations. Your support for an AI Center of Excellence will help ASU provide world-class instruction and equipment to lead West Texas in AI education and industry collaboration. On slide 5, I mentioned in my opening statement that our agricultural students are number 1 in the state for time to degree at 3.76 years. Angelo State is an institution with a rich tradition of a student-first approach, and we want to build upon the success of our of your support in the 84th legislative session for our freshman college. We request your support to fund our Student Achievement and Success 2.0 for students in their sophomore, junior, and senior years. There is a need to amplify student care services to accelerate intervention for students throughout the time at a university before they get into deep trouble academically or emotionally. This includes working with a significant increase of the number of students with disabilities, as well as learning about how to teach and support students with disabilities. There is also a tendency to think our sophomore, junior, and seniors students have it all together, but they do not. Our goal is to unite student support services and academic involvement to increase student achievement and career preparation and progression, and your support will help make that a reality. In summary, ASU is working diligently to provide an exceptional, affordable education to our students, and I thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Hey, Senator Perry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's good to see you, Mr. President, always.
Yes, sir.
You run a tight ship, and you run a very effective ship, and taxpayers benefit from it, even though they don't know. But I've seen you work, and I've seen how you approach kids, and I've seen how you run your program. Specifically, you've been in the RSOC business and the data center business. Your background from the military was security. Is that a correct statement?
That is correct, cybersecurity.
So what is the status? I think y'all were recognized this past year on some very high levels for your work in cybersecurity and other functions.
Yes, sir. As far as cybersecurity goes right now, within the curriculum that we have, the NSA has recognized us as a center of excellence with our cybersecurity program. And if you look, I know we've talked about being east of 35. But if you look west of 35, there are only two universities in that category, ourselves and UTEP as well. And so we're very, very proud of that. But what that adds to what we do there in our credentials is we brought in groups of students that want to be in our cybersecurity program as a result of that accreditation. Within the RSOC program, we also recruit students to learn how to operate in a cybersecurity operations center like that. And more importantly, then they go on to graduate and get jobs inside Texas, in school districts as well as counties and cities as a result of their learning in the RSOC. We now have 52 clients across the state of Texas, covering over 22,000 endpoints, and we're getting ready to grow again to a number of 8 more within the end of this month in February. So we'll be covering a lot of the state of Texas at the independent school districts, cities, and county governments right now is where we're at with
So
that.
you're established.
We are fully operational in our RSOC.
As Comptroller Hager articulated it better than anybody I've heard, we're one email away from a catastrophic meltdown, basically.
Yes, sir, and we've seen that in a couple of places. We've been able to help a couple of entities prevent what was going on, trying to get ransomware. So we've been working that. We do highlight, as a result of that, several of our students were the ones that identified one of those areas where they were trying to apply ransomware techniques.
Well, it just reflects your dedication, but it also reflects the same attitude I've talked about, you're hands-on.
Yes, sir.
Every one of you guys as a president pretty much can walk a hall and kind of recognize a kid. It's pretty amazing. So kind of follow up to the aviation program. So you're graduating your first group in May?
No, sir. We've graduated several groups,
Okay.
but right now this is our first group that came through the full program from start to finish right now. But we now have 300 students registered and another 100 coming in the fall, as the chancellor spoke about.
Do you know kind of the breakout, how many went pilots, how many are going mechanics? Do you have that kind of?
Well, the mechanics side of that is we worked in concert with Howard College to bring the aircraft maintenance side into our commercial aviation program. That's also tied to Skyline Aviation. It's a group of alumni that are supporting us through our commercial aviation program. They are the ones that are purchasing the planes, state-of-the-art planes, none of them older than 2 years, coming right off the production line right now, to include what we will be doing in the future with the air traffic control program, as well as a rotary wing or helicopter program next year. And in the future year, we'll be doing a UAS program, read drones, and doing that in the right way where we can get accredited for that as well.
Well, again, you've done a magnificent job of instilling things that are relevant to the job force, but you did it at Angelo State University.
Yes, sir.
And I don't mean that derogatory. I think most people are surprised when they hear some of the things, but it's really directly related to your previous career, I think, of very big thinking on very big problems. You brought that to Angelo State, and it just shows that kids are looking to be significant, they're looking to be relevant, and they love big things.
Thanks, sir.
And it takes a visionary at the top to, I think, to disseminate that to kids that walk in, especially from our region. You're a regional school. A lot of these kids haven't been within 100 miles of San Angelo when they walk in your door, but they're seeing things for the world's perspective that will benefit them. That I don't think they have that in every president across the way. I think you're one of those exceptions that thinks big, and kids buy into it. So I applaud you for that.
Well, sir, I might also add that we also have we're working with the Department of Defense and the military to bring in and work a projection to where we can provide pilots back into the military instead of coming through what we call the UPT program. And so we're working that as well.
I know that institutional enhancement's a big conversation. I would say that on the regional campuses, that's a different feel. The smaller dollar amounts, but they go a lot further. Is that a fair statement?
That is a correct statement. And in fact, what we use the institutional enhancements for, we can draw a line to let you know where every dollar of our institutional enhancements has come from. Okay. And it's from the salaries for our faculty as well as our staff to promote and support our students.
Do you get to preach some still on Sundays?
We do that every Sunday, sir.
That's what I thought.
All right.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Senator Colcourse?
Thank you, Madam Chair.
In the past, Angelo State has done a lot of educating foster children, people coming out of our young people, young men and women coming out of foster children. Are y'all still focusing?
Ma'am, we have a strong foster program at Angelo State University. We usually typically graduate around 30 to 50 foster students. I watch them walk across the stage with their sash on, and they're very, very proud to have graduated from Angelo State University. And in fact, that's one of our success stories that we focus on in building up these individuals that in many cases have been left behind.
So, and I saw on page 8 of your, no, not 8, page 9 of your presentation, 2.2 million original appropriation for the biennium in non-formula funding to enhance freshman college services. You mentioned, a child coming in. There's a lot of change.
Yes, ma'am.
And has that been successful in your retention and recruiting of students?
Both, all of the above. And what we're talking about with that one right there, we want to move that program that we had just for the freshman class into what we do with our sophomore, junior, and senior class, which is what we're talking about, Student Success 2.0. We believe that what happened there when we were able to put that type of attention with our freshmen, it definitely increased our retention as well as graduation. However, when you look across the board, what has happened with our sophomores through our seniors, we tend to let go of them. I will use that phrase and just let them move along. And they too also need some advising on how it is that they set where it is that they want to go, what career they want to be in, how they do their resumes, how do you do the talking when somebody comes to recruit you. All of those things are tools that all of our students need, but we tend to not do that all of the time at our university.
This is my question. As a small regional university, you've gone in 2013 from 6,536 kids. I'm sure if I got the 2020 numbers or 2021, there might have been a dip or not a lot of growth, but you're at 11,542 right now.
Yes, ma'am.
I just don't see those numbers. I'm seeing some of our regional universities struggle. How'd you do that?
Well,
I can't take much time, but just in one sentence, how'd you do that?
We also attract the other students that have not, adults that have not received their degree. Another place that we do this in is the small sizes of our classes. It attracts a lot of students. And I will also tell you, a lot of people laugh at it, but when we get our incoming freshman class, I give my cell phone number out to every parent that comes through the door at Angelo State University. And I tell you, I want your child to, I look at your child like I look at my children. No, he's not here right now.
I'm going to sum it up for you in one word: leadership. Leadership.
It's across the board leadership. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So to end this, do y'all have a lot of face-to-face classes, or is this all online?
It's not all face-to-face. We do have a lot of online, especially in our College of Education. But then also we also do online with some of our high school dual credit. Some of that is online as well. So for the most part, when it comes to face-to-face, I'm going to give you this figure, 90% plus face-to-face.
That is so 90% plus is face-to-face in a regional university that is growing, is showing metrics like this.
Yes, ma'am.
With FTE count,
yes,
and student count. And so I just want to compliment you, and maybe we can use you as a model. I need help with a university, so I'll be calling.
Well, you can send them to our university.
I don't want to do that. I want you to come down and fix mine. Thank you.
Senator Sovereign.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. President Hawkins, on page 8 of your presentation,
Yes, ma'am.
you describe your aviation program. You're asking for $2 million for program enhancements, which have had a $5 million economic impact in San Angelo. My question to you is, what degree do you award? And in working with Howard College to develop an aircraft maintenance degree, is that a 2-year degree that you're developing?
For the aircraft maintenance, that's through Howard College that they do that. That is not through Angelo State. What we're trying to show there is how we team with our local community college to help people that do not come to the 4-year institution and help them get through that way and be certified as an aircraft mechanic. And so that's why we put that in there. The $5 million that you see in there that is the plus up and the impact into the city is because of the number of student pilots that we have flying at that airport, to the point now that they're looking at adding a new air traffic control tower and also an additional runway because of the increase in traffic there.
But this
We are
is
one
not a
of the
degree
highest.
program.
I'm sorry?
This is not a degree granting program.
Commercial aviation is a degree granting program at Angelo State University. You get a Bachelor of Science in commercial aviation.
Very good. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, President Hawkins.